Hello and welcome to Newsroom WolvHaven. I'm Matthew Tofu. These are the top stories that we're following this month. Election season is finally here. On the 21st of January, Helper Sambros announced that the election would take place on the weekend of the 5th of February. As per usual, postal voting will open a day earlier at 4 p.m. UTC on the 4th of February, while physical voting at the polling station at City Hall on the 5th of February at the same time. Polls will be open for 72 hours and will close at 4 p.m. UTC on the 7th of February. As part of the changes decided following the 2020 representation referendum, WolvHaveners will elect 5 ministers individually, along with 9 general MPs. Citizens will no longer be voting for a single party, but will be ranking all candidates in order of preference. Campaigning rules put into place during the May 2020 general election have been re-implemented, with most political-related messages and activities banned from most platforms, barring the specifically created #GE discussion channel. Newsnet has also taken the initiative to provide all candidates with a 15-minute time slot for campaigning. We strongly encourage all candidates to participate and urge them to send in their video files as soon as possible. Next up, our monthly #AskNewsNet segment with a single question this month from Pro of Survival. He's asking us if the president vetoes a law, whether the ministers would vote to override the veto or the MPs would do so. Well, Pro of Survival, the president's veto on a law passed by Parliament is final, and there is no override possible. An advisory was put out regarding projects in Calidia this month. In the advisory, President Silverwolf have explained that staff have received numerous proposals for rail projects that span vast distances of the map. He stated that since the world was still in its infancy, most players should be mainly focusing on their own claims rather than large intercity transportation networks. As such, he announced that only projects that are deemed feasible and substantive will be given the go-ahead at this point in time. He went on to explain that this meant that projects would have to have gone through substantial consultation and have been given the green light by all affected stakeholders, that the projects would have to be designed for the greater good of the community in the long run, hinting that shared infrastructure would be privileged. He also stated that staff would be looking at whether the player in question would actually be able to complete the project proposed, notably referencing plans involving complex, curved and diagonal roads and railways. A new year and new staff appointments and promotions. On the 31st of December 2020, changes to the staff team were announced. Following the resignation of ex-card HOD Little Doggy 2, Matthew Tofu was appointed to head the department, with Sambros becoming deputy head. Carew was promoted to head the Ministry of Culture and Foreign Affairs, joining current HOD George. Nixilis, being a major stakeholder in the server's physical infrastructure and operating costs, was promoted to co-owner. On the 1st of January, Admin Corksalon announced that the Expo 2021 project would be cancelled due to, quote, current circumstances and the slower than expected progress on Fifth Haven. He stated that planned events in conjunction with Expo 2021 would instead be held alongside WolvHaven 10 celebrations. On the 31st of January, Admin Corksalon announced that the 2020 WolvHaven census cutoff date would be extended until the 14th of February 2021. The census was originally due to run until February the 1st. And that's it for this quick edition of Newsroom WolvHaven. Thank you for watching this month's edition, but also a big thank you on behalf of the entire team for your support since we launched in January 2020, exactly a year ago. I'd like to specifically thank Chloe and Perfect for their invaluable help, and I would have not been able to continue producing shows for this long without their help. I'd also like to thank Little Doggy 2 for his invaluable presence during election specials, and our writers and dubbers, and everyone who accepted invitations to be interviewed on Newsnet for the past 12 months. Finally, I'd like to thank Silverwolf for his invaluable feedback when we started 1 year ago. Also, stay tuned as election coverage on Newsnet starts this coming week, with candidates' political campaign broadcasts being released throughout the week. We'll also have live election results coverage on the 7th of February when polls close, so stay tuned for that. Once again, and as we like to say here on Newsnet, thanks for that, and a big thank you for your support over the past 12 months.